Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's another crazy geek crafter. This card is a little bit late for some who know the traditions of the... yeah, and this is the reason why. This beauty is quite distraction. And you'll see her pop in during my card making here, and I even had to get up from the craft table to do a few things when she was bored or otherwise wanted my attention. But the tradition, I was going to get back to this. In February, we celebrate Fastelavn in the Nordic countries, and it's related to Carnival, or Carnival, depending on where you're from. It is held before you start Lent. It's some crazy celebrations before you have to get all serious about fasting. And this tradition is... it's an odd one, and according to, I have a book on Danish traditions, and according to the book, the tradition might not even be Danish. It might actually originate in, the Netherlands. We say Holland, but that's technically wrong. It is the Netherlands. Holland is a part of the Netherlands, but that's another story, completely other story. No, the dark and moody thing about this barrel, which you hopefully could recognize the shape of, is that in the 16th century you would go catch a black cat and put it in the barrel. We don't do that anymore. It was made illegal in the 18th century. But we would put a cat in the barrel, and then people would hit the barrel until it broke and the cat came out. Yeah, today the barrel is filled with candy, and it is an actual barrel, and nowadays only kids who, play this game. It's kind of like piñata, but without the blindfold and not a paper mache object you are hitting. It is an actual wooden barrel. In the background I have these twigs. They're also part of the tradition here. You will beat on people with them. It's said to be something to do with fertility, maybe back from the Roman days. In my time, it was merely to get your parents out of bed so they would make you breakfast. And here she is again. She wanted to know what I was doing, why I wasn't playing. My dear dog. But it's a very... colorful time. This is the original time where we dress up here in Denmark, at least. Halloween has come while I was in my teenage years and, as a young adult. But Fastelavn has always been about dressing up, and here there's no spooky theme. You can be whatever you want. If it's a superhero or bartender, it doesn't matter. You can be whatever. And we dress up and we go beat on this barrel until first the bottom comes out and the candy spills, and then it's everyone for himself, so to speak. Grab as much candy as you can before anyone else. So then this is why it's a good thing to be the one to actually get the bottom to go out of the barrel. But the game doesn't stop here. We keep beating on the barrel until every single board is off. And the person who beats off this last board will become the cat king. The one who beat out the bottom of the barrel is the cat queen. Now these titles, I don't know when exactly they came into play, but nowadays luckily the only black cat to suffer is the one that is stapled to the barrel. Just so you know, we don't do that anymore, but it's pretty macabre in my opinion. It was not fun being a black cat back in the day. We normally don't send cards on this occasion. It's not that I'm aware of. I know of Christmas cards. When I was... There she is again. When I was a kid, those were pretty common. But Easter cards and cards for Fastelavn or any of the other Christian holidays actually wasn't really something I knew of. And we don't send them. As far as I know, all these card exchange things were invented by the postal service to begin with. but I do think it's a nice tradition, at least once a year. Maybe we could have picked a less busy time than Christmas, but I wasn't there to weigh in on the decision when this was established. So like I said, it's a very colorful time. That's why I picked an entire rainbow of colors. That and the recipient, I'm going to a birthday party, which is in this theme, and one of the recipients loves rainbows. And it's a colorful time. It's still bleak. We had hail today and rain and sunshine. So the weather is anything you could want and not want at the same time almost. And we just need some color in our lives. And this festivity certainly does that. I wanted a panel to go down the middle of my design with some color, so I tried to save the colors I already put on the stencil. They will go to another project. It was not quite bright enough for me. I'm trying, by the way, to avoid one of the stampings got a little bit fuzzy. I moved the block when I was stamping, so I'm trying to avoid that part so it's not on the card. But otherwise, this was an easy way to get some color on the card without being too much. And then the amount of color, mostly the amount of color, will be in the strip going down the card. Now, in my day, I'm pretty sure I remember the barrels being white. But nowadays, they're just wood colored. Very light wood, but still wood colored. So I don't know if that changed or if I just remember things wrong. But otherwise than that, this card doesn't have a lot of color because I didn't want to color in the background. I just wanted something that was busy in the background without pulling too much attention away from the object of the card, which is the barrel. Since this card is for kids, I figured the action wall would be the perfect thing, and it emulates how the barrel swings back and forth. There's normally an adult around to stop it from swinging. It is completely still whenever a kid approaches the barrel. But I thought the action wall would be fun. Can't do shaker cards for everything, can we? We can try though. I don't know why both kids and adults love shaker cards, but like I said, can't do the same all the time. You have to change it up a bit once in a while. And this is a very simple card. I didn't put a sentiment on it because I didn't actually want to take away from the theme. There are some text on the stamp set, but they all relate to Fastelavn, and wasn't really appropriate for a birthday. And I didn't want to put a birthday greeting on it because I wanted this to be about this holiday and the fun themed party. So here's my card. I hope you enjoyed it and that you will be back sometime for another one. Until then, I hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night.